Age discrimination isn't just a problem for senior citizens. Growing numbers of young adults say that they've been penalized at work for their youth. That's from E. Howe. Corporate discrimination, from my experience and research, consists of differences in corporate procedures, the cycle of screaming, and most importantly, how to rise up against the system. The reason I chose this topic is because I'm a 25-year-old graphic designer working for the Department of Defense. I work for a company called Computer Sciences Corporation, and I experience this firsthand. I've worked hard to get where I'm going. I have a lot of knowledge, experience, and I've even owned my own web design and graphic design internet marketing company since 2007. And I know exactly what it's like to experience discrimination against my youth in the workplace. Procedures have a huge age bias in the workplace. Older and even not more experienced workers are given promotions and benefits such as raises and more responsibilities than their younger colleagues, just because of their age. Wilcox says, sometimes we draw these lines because policymakers want to do something about an issue, but they don't want to offend all the constituents. They take the easy way out and they go after young people. A personal favorite of mine is the cycle of screaming. Basically, the big boss has a bad day, and so he takes it out on his subordinate, who takes it out on his subordinate, who takes it out on his subordinate, who takes it out on you. That is the cycle of screaming. It's just like you're working customer service at Safeway at the info center. The customer can go up and they can scream at you, but they can't go home and beat their wife. Basically, you're there for them to yell at. They're gonna do it. They don't care if it offends you. They don't care what your reaction is because you're there for them to take their frustrations out on, and you just have to deal with it. Regardless of how much experience or knowledge you have, people that are above you or have power over you, they don't care. Sometimes it's just going to happen and you have to get used to it if you're going to live in the corporate world. Solomon's Noel stipulates, ageism is a prejudice or discrimination against an individual or group in society on the basis of one's conception of age. Well, Webster's dictionary defines ageism as any attitude, action, or institutional structure which subordinates a person or group because of age or any assignment of roles in society purely on the basis of age. Here we can see two very credible sources that are both saying ageism is a real thing, it's out there, it's important, and it's a real bias that people have to live with every day. I think that we can all agree that ageism is a conflict and a problem. So what now? Let's rise up against it. The first thing you need to know about ageism is to recognize it, accept it, and then move forward. The National Youth Rights Association says that as an oppression in need of acknowledgement, and an understanding ageism is vital to the oppression theory. Recognize when it happens to you and fight against it with these simple strategies. Be a professional. Don't act your age. For example, I'm 25. I go to work every day. I am on time. I'm consistent. I deliver high quality work. This means behave like a prospective executive would. As a young adult, anything you do can be misconstrued as an incompetence because of inexperience. Even if you do have the experience, you're just going to say, oh, he's only 24. He doesn't know what he's doing. Be on time to work. No phones, no texting. That's the big thing, is the texting with the teenagers. They're going to think that you're a teenager. Be productive, polite, and cooperative. Ask questions and share ideas. Like what I do is I have a portfolio. I actually keep a lot of work in here, and if I have a client meeting or a consultation with about ideas for a design, I pull this sucker out and I show them some of my past work, give them ideas. I have little scrapbooks, and I actually sit down with them, I interact with them, and they're really happy because of it. And I get really good reviews from my clients because of that. Another thing, you gotta dress the part. See? You gotta dress the part, you gotta dress professional, nice looking clothes. And it depends on your work situation. what you need to wear. But for a graphic designer, you need to dress up in blouses, button-downs, pencil skirts, slacks, for example. A lot of the time in the corporate world, you do that or a uniform. And so, lastly, you do this consistently, or they won't notice. You have to always go the extra mile. In conclusion, employees who otherwise measure up the same suffer from ageism in the workplace. This can go anywhere from benefits to the cycle of screaming. The only way to fight against it is to be consistent with high quality work and a good attitude. Make friends and have good relationships with your superiors, colleagues, and clients, and keep your head up. Check out my website at pdgprecision.com. I have a really good profile on there, and it will show you how an organized business person puts their ideas together. I actually show my clients that too. Thank you for listening.